Welcome to Somerset Weekly Wrap-Up for the week of February 17th to February 23rd. Rebecca Jennings has been chosen to be the town's next Veteran Service Officer. Jennings has been the Veteran Services Officer for North Attleboro, Plainville, and Wrentham. There were 6 candidates for the job. Selectman Alan Smith and interim town administrator Michael Gallagher interviewed candidates for the position. The Veteran Service Officer helps veterans with health benefits, with dealing with hospitals, and with state programs they are eligible for if they have low incomes. The Veteran Services Officer in Somerset has also helped to organize the Memorial Day Parade and a ceremony for Veterans Day, created new monuments, organized a free breakfast for veterans and their spouses on the Friday before Veterans Day, and has run essay contests related to veterans at Somerset Middle School. Gallagher said Jennings will be at the next Selectmen's meeting on March 9th to be appointed and will start work on March 21st. The Selectmen on Wednesday approved of an entertainment license for Jillian's. The board voted 2-1 in favor of the license, with Chair Lorne Lawless and Kathy Souza voting in favor and Alan Smith voting against. Smith said that Police Chief Todd Costa wanted a detail at Jillian's when there is entertainment. Smith said Costa was concerned with a criminal element that has been at the next door hotel in the past that could spill into Jillian's. Chief Costa said there have been a myriad of calls about disturbances, fights, and domestics at the hotel in the past. Smith said the town could require the detail for a month and then review the situation to see if it is needed. Lawless said that in the past, when they have approved of entertainment licenses, they did not require details, but if there were problems in the future, details could be required. He said there are no other places in town that have entertainment licenses but are required to have details. He did not want to start a precedent of requiring details with entertainment licenses. Souza agreed with Lawless. She said Jillian should not be penalized for problems at the hotel. She said there should be a detail at Jillian's if the police chief comes into a selectmen's meeting and says there needs to be one because of problems in the future. But she does not think it should be a condition of a license. A proposal has been made to make a .4 position for the in-school suspension teacher at Somerset Berkeley Regional High School into a full-time position. Somerset Berkeley Regional High School Principal Susan Brailsford said there have been 45 in-school suspensions this year and 25 out-of-school suspensions. Last year, she said all of them would have been out-of-school suspensions because the school did not have the in-school suspension program. The in-school suspension program is offered on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Because of that, Brailsford said if students are disciplined on a Thursday, they do not receive the consequence until the following Tuesday, whereas they could receive the consequence much sooner if the in-school suspension program was provided Monday through Friday. Brailsford said students have been making connections to the in-school suspension teacher, and when they get dysregulated, they are asking if they can go to the in-school suspension room because they are not going to be able to handle the situation. She said that is a good thing. She said they don't want students to have problems that require in-school suspensions, but they want them to have a meaningful experience in the program. When the high school didn't have the in-school suspension program, she said students who were being disciplined were sent to the office where they waited. Brailsford said when the in-school suspension teacher knows that a student is coming to the room, their teachers are emailed for work for them to do. The in-school suspension teacher then gives the students' other teachers updates on schoolwork that is being accomplished and not accomplished. Brailsford said students are getting positive education in the in-school suspension program. Regional School Committee member Jennifer Andrews said she has a hard time making the in-school suspension teacher a full-time position with benefits because of the low amount of in-school suspensions. She also cited financial reasons for not making the position full-time and said adjustment and guidance counselors at the school could handle some of the issues related to in-school suspensions. Work has begun on fixing potholes on County Street after a resident had complained last week about the condition of the road. Selectman Kathy Souza said she emailed State Representative Patricia Haddad about the problem, and state workers started working on fixing the potholes on Wednesday. Resident Mike Langfield had complained about them. Souza thanked Representative Haddad for getting the state out to address the problem. Selectman Kathy Souza and Alan Smith talked to residents on Thomas Drive, Cedarville Road, Brewster Drive, and Chatham Drive about flooding problems they have been experiencing there for the past several years. Some residents have had to put sandbags on their properties because of it. Souza said it looked like there were lakes on people's yards. There are stormwater pipes that were put in during the 1960s that go through people's backyards and a side yard in the area. Souza said Highway Superintendent Christopher Simons had his workers pump a lot of water out of the area and has said he will find a solution to the problem in the next 4 to 6 weeks. She said he will get a quote on moving the stormwater lines from the backyards. The selectmen on Wednesday discussed making public access to the Taunton River off of town-owned property on North Street. Selectman Kathy Souza said it is not a tough walk to the water through the property, which she said is a little overgrown. She said the beach on the property is in good condition. Souza said the waterfront property can be a place for families to use again. She said the town could clear a path to the beach area. Resident Don Pelletier said he can get the path cleared at no cost to the town. In sports, the Somerset Berkeley Regional High School basketball team retired the numbers of Devin Crosby and Christian Kudo on Monday night at Veterans Memorial Gymnasium. The two former SBRHS basketball players were killed in a car accident in 2020. The basketball tournament at the high school has also been renamed in their memory. Family members of both players came to the high school on Monday, where there was a ceremony for the retirement of their numbers and the renaming of the tournament. In its last regular season game on Wednesday, the Somerset Berkeley Regional High School ice hockey team beat Mansfield 5-3. For Somerset Berkeley, Josh Pacheco had 2 goals and an assist. Davis Sullivan, Nate Mello, and Luke Garvin all scored goals. Brandon Silva had 42 saves in the game. With the win, Somerset Berkeley improved its record to 15-3-2 and will be playing in the state tournament. Thank you for tuning in to Somerset Weekly Wrap-Up. We will see you next week with news from around Somerset.